Well, welcome back. Our next guest is an award-winning author who recently received 2 accolades for her book, Maggie and the Pirate's Son. And Rose Prendeville has a new Tennessee-focused series that she is here to tell us all about. Congratulations.
Thank
Welcome
you so much.
in.
Thank you so much.
A fellow Father Ryan graduate. Got to give her a
right.
shout out for
That's
that.
right.
Let's talk first, though, about Grace on the Rocks here, because this is part of a new series you're working on.
It is. It is the first in my Tennessee Hebrides series. So it's a series that bounces back and forth between Tennessee and the Outer Hebrides of Scotland, the islands right around Scotland. So the first book is set in the Hebrides on the Isle of Barra, and the next book, which I'm writing right now, comes back to a fictional town I'm creating in Knoxville, or right outside of Knoxville.
Wow, there's just no slowing you down, huh?
That's right. I keep busy.
And she just won some recognition, as we mentioned off the top, for this one, Maggie and the Pirate's Son. Congratulations to that.
Thank you very much.
Talk about why this was extra special to you to receive this recognition.
So these 2 awards, the IBPA Award and the Foreword INDIES Awards, are 2 of the probably most prestigious awards that an indie author can receive. And they're voted on by librarians and booksellers. So it's the people that are in the industry that are with readers every single day. And, you know, as an indie author, it can be kind of isolating to write books. You don't always get, I think, the same amount of feedback that you might get working with a publisher. So having that recognition from the industry is just really motivating and inspiring and kind of wonderful.
That's wonderful, yes. And what I found interesting is you said you actually came up with the title of this before you came up with the plot. Does that happen very often? How does that work?
Probably not very often. Titles are hard. So when I was coming up with the title for the first book in the series, this one's the third, I was thinking about titles and I thought Mistress Mackintosh and the Shaw Wretch, I kind of like that, but I would want to keep that consistent for the whole series. And so I thought, okay, you know, well, the third one, I don't know, Maggie and the Pirate's Son just popped into my head. And I really liked it, and it stuck with me for 3 years until it was time to write the book. And when it was time to sit down and write the book, I said, okay, I either have to write about pirates now or I have to change the title, and books are easier than titles, so I came up with a story about pirates.
That is really great. Well, I mentioned at the top that you're a Father Ryan graduate.
That's right.
I know you live in Hendersonville now, but tell us more of your backstories. I know you're also a librarian.
I am a librarian. I actually started out at the Williamson County Public Library in Franklin not long after college, and now I work in the library, kind of corporate library world, but I've always been a writer from the time I was a little kid, and in school I studied screenwriting and creative writing and just kind of knew I wanted to write. So I came back to Tennessee, and I was writing on my own for a while, just doing my thing, and I started to realize that as a product manager, which is what I do now, I had actually developed the tools that I could use to self-publish, to do the indie book thing. Prioritization and timelines and commitment and you know, a little bit of marketing skills. Right. And I decided to try to go it on my own, and it's been so rewarding and just wonderful experience.
Well, tell us more about that, what it looks like to be an indie author, because I imagine it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. I like to say I have 2 jobs. I do my day job and then I do my writing job. There's a lot to it. I write, I contract with my editor, I contract with my cover designers. I've got audiobooks for my first 4 books that I contracted with fantastic narrators for. It's really rewarding because you can go at your own pace. The publishing world can move very slowly. With the independent publishing, you can kind of go at whatever pace you need to.
Good point.
So I've been able to put out a book every year. We'll see about next year. It's been kind of a different year for me this year. I haven't been writing as much. Instead, I've been focusing on more of the marketing side, and I put together a boozy book fair in Hendersonville recently. We partnered with Tailgate.
Fun.
It was a lot of fun, but it did take away from the writing a little bit, which is kind of the offset of doing everything yourself. But But it's also incredibly rewarding because you can control every aspect of it. If you decide you want a different cover, you can put a different cover on it. If you decide you want to put the book on sale, you can put the book on sale. So that's a lot of fun.
Well, you are an inspiration. Thank you for coming in and sharing your
Thank
books
you
with us. We
so
can't wait to see
much.
that next one. I have a feeling you'll hit that deadline.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Be sure to check out all her books for some fantastic summer reads. You can find them at roseprendeville.com.